Hello and welcome back for another draft. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and here we have another 8 people draft. I am so excited. All right, so there's an NT I'm looking at here. There's a miscalc, which I would really like actually. There's also a triumphant getaway. If you're new to Arena, this is an arena only card that heists, and then when you play something that you don't own, so basically a heist card is 90% of the time, your opponent loses a life and you gain 2 life. But the fact that it steals 2 things from your opponent is kind of cool. I can get into the heist mechanic more later. For now, I think I'm just going to take this miscalc. I don't get to play too many control decks here, and maybe we'll play like an Is It Tempo or maybe even like a Azorius control deck or something like this. Okay, so there is a hollowed fountain. There is no dual lands, so there's only like shocks and arena only cards. Because this is a cube compiled of cards that are on arena. There's no dual lands that you can craft on arena yet. So I think that this is a premium dual land, and because of that, I think I want it. Like there's swords, oust, path, like all premium removal spells I could get, and I think I like that better than taking like say a legend or a ponder here. So I'm gonna take that. Notably, there's a Gristlebrand. There's not a whole lot of Reanimator on the client yet, but actual Reanimate and Necromancy are relatively recent, Necromancy being more so recent. And then there's Entomb and Shallow Grave now. Shallow Grave can't hit the Gristlebrand, of course, but the fact that Entomb reanimates on the client is pretty exciting. Okay. Had I taken the Legion, I'd just snap up this Bolt. Honestly, I still kind of want to snap up the Bolt. Just because I have a Hollowed Fountain doesn't mean I have to play it. Jeskai's not a bad color combination. Alternatives, I think, are Narset if this was like a powered cube. There is a Daze Undoing, but that's not like a Time Twister. It does end your turn, unfortunately, unless I have like a 3-drop to Fury. And I think Staff of the Storyteller is strong, but this is not unlikely to wheel. So it's kind of between the Lightning Bolt and the Retrofitter. This is tough. I think I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna take the Lightning Bolt. I think it's the best card in the pack, and it helps keep us open a little bit. I do wish I kind of took that NT then, or the Legion Extruder, either one. Okay, so there's a Preordained. We already passed a Ponder. I'm not looking into getting into this. I know this isn't a 4th color yet, but I kind of want to not just kill off my Hollowed Fountain. We'll be passing 2 blue-black dual lands at this point already. And Preordain's a very fine card, so I will just take the Preordain here. Another blue-black land, notably. Getting less and less interested in that. Okay, Cosmic Grand Zenith's not the worst, even like in a control shell. But honestly, I'm kind of looking at this Elspeth. I think Elspeth is just a great bomb, even in Vintage Cube, and this isn't Vintage power level. You can't draft Moxen. You can end up with Moxen with like Oracle of the Alpha, but you can't just like have Moxen in your hand turn 1. So if it's good in powered cube, it's probably good in the mid-range cube. Marsh Flats is fantastic. It's a way to get blue. Fetches out this Hollowed Fountain. We are going to be passing on this Fable, but I think that's okay. We're not guaranteed to play red. We don't have to play red, and if you've been watching me for any amount of time now, you know I like having really good mana bases. Okay, there's a Seachrome Coast and a Talisman of Progress. I think I'm more interested in the Seachrome Coast. I don't necessarily have to play a bunch of big drops, and this, like if I have a counter spell, I'm not going to play Talisman, and like turn 3 Talisman's not as good as turn 2 Talisman. Plus, I have to make a cut if I don't end up with enough lands, so let's just take the land. Stoneforge Mystic's a nice one. That's kind of a way we can turn the table from being control and going to aggro, which we're not necessarily either yet. One of the targets is in the same pack, but that's okay. Like we don't. This isn't like a premium target, anyways. So let's just take the Stoneforge Mystic. NT wheeled, but I'm gonna take Eagles. I really like having good mana. This continues our good mana train. I did not expect Eagles to wheel. So Heist, now that I have a second to do that, Heist is a mechanic that you see three non-land cards from your opponent's deck, and then you pick one, and then you can just cast that card whenever you want to. It's you have to pay the mana, but you don't have to pay the exact colors of mana. Okay, so Sarah's Paragon right now gets back, I guess, a Stoneforge if it were to die, and a Marsh Flats. I think I'd rather just take the Legion Extruder. If I do end up with a bunch of, not a bunch, but if I end up with enough red sources, I'm more likely to want to play the Legion. There's a Gobin. We're not really interested in Ren and 6. Gobin is a way to be proactive for sure. I'll take the playable. I'm considering hating Ren and 6, but I think I'll just take the Gobin. Ren and 6, or keep in mind, unlike the Arena Cube when it was up last, we are playing in the pods. So, like, hate drafting is actually a thing. Yeah, I guess we'll take a Demi, also known as the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I'll take we are kind of getting enough cards to be playing a more of an aggro shell now. And when just the miscalc can be for a tempo play. Okay, Godless. Ooh, Force of Negation. That's another recent addition. There's also Cauldron Complete, but I'm willing to bet that the Cauldron Complete wheels. I'm not, even if it doesn't. If I knew it wasn't going to wheel, I'm still not taking it over Force of Negation. Force of Negation is absolutely amazing. It does kind of reward our Gobin pick because we don't have very many blue cards so far. But yeah, I'm going to absolutely snap this up. I'm not opposed to taking it to Fury either, but free spells are very valuable in this format, and this allows us to tap out and then protect against an opponent's Planeswalker the following turn. Oh, there's a Misty, a Mana Leak, the Grixis Triome. This is an equipment. I don't think I'm interested in it right this second, but maybe it wheels. It is a blue card for the Force. In my opinion, it's between Misty and Mana Leak. If I see a Steam Vents, I mean, I guess this is like a bad Steam Vents. Then I'd really want this Misty. I don't think I saw a Steam Vents earlier. If I did, feel free to yell at me. I'm gonna take the Misty, and I might regret that, but I just really want to be able to cast our spells. I really, really value that. Ooh, a Strip Mine. Strip Mine going the other way that we passed Ren and 6, so that's interesting. I mean, I do value the subtlety. I do value the Scalding Tarn. Yeah, I said Scalding Tarn. I don't know what I just said, and I apologize. Subtlety and Stern Scolding. Not Scalding Tarn, that's for sure. Scalding Tarn would actually be insane. I think I slammed the Scalding Tarn if it was instead of this Misty, if it was that or the Mana Leak still. I'm going to take the Stern Scolding. I don't have a lot of removal, and I'm just going to hope that I don't get too punished by this Strip Mine. Ooh, okay, so there's a Memory Lapse. There's a Lutri. I don't have a lot of ways to abuse Lutri, but I mean, it's Lutri. It's not too difficult to abuse. There's also a Traxa, which I'm just not interested in, but it is good to note. I could... I really wish I had a piece of red fixing. As it sits, I may just want to take Memory Lapse. I just really want this Force of Negation to be able to work. Okay, that... Oh, and there's an Arid Mesa. There's also Oust and Reprieve while this pack is stacked. There's VV. Yeah, this pack is absolutely insane. So I think Arid Mesa. So this adds a red source this adds 2 red sources. So actually, I think it's the Elegant Parlor because this turns Misty. I'm sorry, not Misty. This turns Marsh Flats into red, and obviously it itself is red. So I think because I really want to play this Lightning Bolt, I think that means I'm just going to take this Elegant Parlor. I think that's more valuable. I am very biased and I love Titania. I just wish I saw her earlier. I'm just gonna slam this Wandering Emperor. Uh, Unexpectedly Absent is a notable card. I don't know. I can't really give you a better reason why I'm gonna take this Emperor, but other than I want it. Ooh, a control magic. There's also another fetch land that can get a basic mountain. There's a Jit, which I don't think we have currently in equipment, but control magic can just be so good. I'm just going to take it. Ooh, okay. It is at land. That is fantastic, and I don't really care about anything else in this pack, so let's just take it. Ooh, and Teferi came back. Oh, Cauldra didn't? Okay, so someone just hate drafted the Cauldra. That's fine. We'll take it to Teferi. It does mean that in pack 3, I should take an equipment if I want to use the Stoneforge, which I do. This is a 3-mana O-Ring at instant speed. I think I like that better than everything else here. I don't really care for anything here. Let's just hate the thing that kills our Planeswalker. This has been an interesting draft. I do think I made a couple loose picks, like with the Control Magic, of course, and the Wandering Emperor. I don't think was like solid there. But the rest of these I actually really like when I took them. You could maybe argue the Lightning Bolt, but so far it paid off. We picked up, by getting 2 red dual lands, we picked up technically 3 sources. This is not an equipment. Hangerback Walker. Oh, okay. I'm just going to take this. Ooh, Oust Wield. Fantastic. I'm so happy with that. Omnath, I mean, we're a green source from being able to play it, basically. I'll just take it, sure. I doubt we play it, but I'll take that over the Pillage. All right. Ooh, Scalding Tarn. Perfect. Oh, there's also there's also a Ragavan and a Jewel Mine Overseer. The Jewel Mine I value very highly. This card, if you don't know, it's another arena only card. It enters, you conjure 7 dwarves into your deck. If you don't know, 7 dwarves lets you, they replace themselves and they're as big as the amount of 7 dwarves you have in play. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you exile a card and you may play it this turn. So it's card advantage. It's definitely another reward for going red. With that said, I'm at 19 playables so far, and I've already been cutting as we go. I mean, playing a 3rd fetch land's not bad, and we have 2 really good fetchable lands. So hitting any of our fetches kind of gets us all of our colors. I don't know if this is correct, but I think because there's like 2 really valuable playables, I don't. They're not gonna wheel. I don't. I'm just gonna take the land. I'm just gonna. Ooh, Chain Lightning. That makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, and a Steam Vents. There's also a sword, but I don't care about that. Enduring Curiosity can be something. Oh, this is an equipment. Glimmer Lens. Okay, that's nice. That makes me feel a little bit better. There's also a Sunfall in the pack. Geez, Chain Lightning or Steam Vents. It's also a Wrath of God. Like, there's highly chance of a Wrath coming back around. This is another dual land. I'm just gonna take the Steam Vent. That'll create the trifecta, and yeah, I think at this point I'm gonna consider myself to have great mana, and I'm not gonna take mana over spells anymore if I don't want to. Okay, Mystic Confluence is a powerhouse. There's also Sword of Fire and Ice, which I would heavily consider here if it weren't for the fact that Mystic Confluence is just an absolute banger of a card, and I do have a piece of equipment, and I don't think the Shadow was going to be taken, the Sword of Light and Shadow. Let's take this Mystic Confluence. And a break. Oh, Solitude. Okay. Solitude's another great one. It's also a Fiery Confluence. That's not nothing, but that's double red. I'm going to take the Solitude. Bombardiers. Why is Bombardiers still here? I mean, we're going to take Bombardiers. I can't guarantee I'm going to play it, unfortunately. I mean, I should play it. I'm just not built for it. Yeah, let's take the Bombardiers. Ooh. Ooh, Fractured Identity, though. This is another fun one. Support Skyforge. It's a vehicle, and when you attack with it, you draft a card from the spell book, and it's basically just another bunch of vehicles, like the Skyship Sovereign or Sovereign Skyship. Just a bunch of banger vehicles. However, not going to take it here. I do like the Oliphant. I do like the Meticulous Archive. I even like the Aven Interrupter, but Fractured Identity is a premium card on the client so far in this cube, so I'm just going to take that too. Thundering Falls is a nice pickup. So is Prismatic Ending. Oh, Batterskull. I'll take the Batterskull. We have plenty of fixing. I want to take the Batterskull. Corey Steelcutter. Okay. I can't abuse it too much, if at all. Do I still take it? I mean, this just makes 2/2s every turn. That's also really nice. Not interested in any more equipment. I have 2 really strong equipment now. When I said equipment, I meant Sword of Forge and Frontier. I might be interested in Corey, but I don't think I am. I think I'd rather just take the thing that makes more dudes. Cryptic Command on the... Ooh. Cryptic Command on the wheel, but that's not going to be the easiest to be able to cast. And Jewel Mine Overseer is just an absolutely banger of a card. Let's take that. Just more card advantage. That's what this deck really wants. My mana base might be good enough for Cryptic Command, but I don't have a lot of 3s, as you can see, and I don't even know if I'm going to end up with this Broadside Bombardiers in my deck, since it's just going to be a 2/2 menace a lot of the time. Like, the best things I could be throwing are, like, the Thopters off this thing for 2 damage, and then, like, maybe the Stoneforge once it gets and puts into play Batterskull. So there's a Wrath of God, a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Can't really use the Simulacrum that well. There's also a Time Walk effect, but I have so many 5s. I definitely think it's either Jace or the Wrath. I'll take the Jace. I don't know. I am a fan of Phantasmal Image, probably more than most. I just don't think Dak Faden's going to do a whole lot. But Dak Faden does help us filter through our deck to find things. Phantasmal Image, like, best thing it can do is clone a Solitude from us. Let's take the Dak. I might regret that. We're going to take this Fire Magic. Remember, sideboards are a thing. We are playing best of 3, and we are playing within the pod. Out of spite, I'm taking this Kolaghan's Command. That should not be there. I don't know why I keep doing that. Sorry. Ooh. I'm just going to take the 1-drop. I do like the support Skyforge, but I did take this. I have so many 5s. I'm going to take the 1. It doesn't make any sense to me, in my opinion, to take the 5-drop there when I have all of these. All right. I will see you in the deck tech. All right. This is the deck I ended up drafting. I did end up playing the Legion Extruder. I think if I'm playing the Lightning Bolt, which is just probably my best removal, Oust being a close second, depending on the situation, might even be better. means I might as well play the Legion Extruder because the Jewel Mine Overseer wheeling was just absolutely fantastic. I really hope that I get to show this off and don't regret, geeking over it and then just not being great. But yeah, so we ended up with 16 lands, Eagles. I do have a ton of fives. I do hope we don't get too clustered there. I would have liked another maybe 1 to 2 drops. Um, like one more 1 drop, one more 2 drop, or 2 more 1 drops, I think would have been a little bit better. With that said, if I can get to 5 mana, a lot of these cards, even the Batter Skull, if I'm just hard casting it, can be good in this cube. Remember, this is not a powered cube. There are Oracle of the Alphas and other cards that can make Moxen or the Power 9, but there's nothing that's just I pack one, pick one, recall, etc. So it is a bit more of a mid range cube. With that said, I really like this deck. We shall see. I do like that I had the Glimmer Lens pretty late there on the wheel. I think in pack one for the Stoneforge Mystic. So I have 2 targets. I would still play the Stoneforge Mystic, I think. With the Batter Skull, I just wouldn't like it as much. I could also see cutting it for like Fire Magic. I ended up not playing the Broadside Bombardiers. I think that's fine. Honestly, I don't have ways to abuse it, and me taking it means my opponents don't have it. So again, I'm fine with that. Dak Faden, I could play. This is not a powered cube. Dak Faden's mostly in here because it got printed into Arena recently, and I would imagine that this is going to slowly grow into more of a powered cube. But also, Artifacts is a synergy. There is Emery. There's other things. So I will board this in when applicable. Fire Magic, it can be hit or miss. With that said, whether you think it's good or not, I absolutely love it. I have 3-for-1 people with this. Many times in my last video, I believe it was Curtis in our bonus game, I got to 3-for-1 him. With that said, I don't think I want to main board it. I just didn't see anything else in here I'm willing to cut, but I'm looking to bring this in for sure. And the rest of my sideboard's just not really non-existent. So yeah, I will see you in round 1. Let's see how we do. Welcome to round 1, and for the umpteenth time, I am playing Ross in round 1. I think the draft app is rigged. Just kidding. Yes, I would like to play first. We have a 1-lander, ladies and gentlemen, so that's going to be a mulligan. This is a lot more than 1 land, and we get to put back the Batter Skull. That is fantastic. So let's keep 6. I'm going to put back the Batter Skull, hope to draw Stoneforge Mystic in the first couple of turns. I am going to lead with Steam Vents for multiple reasons. I'm just not interested in preordaining turn 1. We don't know what we need, both for what Ross is going to be playing, and we don't know what I'm going to need moving forward. Like maybe I need a 4th land. But also this will keep up Force and Negation. There's not too many things, Ross, like outside of like an exploration effect maybe that I'd want a Force of Negation turn 1. Oh, Ross has our Flooded Strand. I'm just going to show Spire Bluff. Next turn, I'm going to play Plains, and then on turn 4, I'll play Preordain. So that I can hopefully find a 4th land to get into our Control Magic and Elspeth. Ooh, Ross is playing Bug. That is unlike Ross. I'm very happy for him. Okay, I'm going to play this Esper Sentinel now. That was a good draw. And at this point, I think I do want to preordain. It would be nice, since I already can't hold up Force and Negation, and I'm okay with pitching Control Magic if it's something that's really dire. Okay, yeah, I was just about to say, I would rather just make sure I can get my 4th land. This does that, and I get to hold up a Stern Scolding now, so I'm very happy I preordained there. Also, I'm not opposed to trading off Esper Sentinel when the time comes for Baleful Strix. I don't think that time's going to come anytime soon. We don't need to attack. I did build this deck to be more control-y. Okay. I will Control Magic that. They will get the draw card, unfortunately. But I do not want them... Let's see. We do need to get this Hollowed Fountain, unfortunately. I do not want them untapping with a Leovold, just in case. So Ross gets to draw a card. One thing I do like about Arena, especially because we have a few players, even from my paper vintage cube, that, and I'm not saying this is Ross for the record, this is in general, that, may miss small things like that. So it's really nice knowing that Arena, you can't do that. Oh, that's so punishing. I can't force a negation that. They did it on our turn. Oh, that's brutal. What's the wording on Elspeth? Destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Okay. And we can't do that either. Now we need to draw our Wrath of God. We really need to draw Wrath of God. Oh no, I didn't take Wrath of God. I took Jace. All right. Well, we're not drawing Wrath of God, ladies and gents. Let's just make a couple tokens. I think I'm just dead though. This Ouroboros just gonna, or Ouroboros is just gonna absolutely wreck me without a Wrath of God effect. And Sunfall was in the same pack, so we didn't get a second crack at that either. Yep. I am forced to block. I don't have to block both, but I'm going to. Wary Zone Guard with the Flooded Strand. Nice. Unfortunately, it's just too little too late. I don't want to show Ross anything else. I'm just going to move on to the next game. Yeah, it's too bad that Ouroboros came out when I had Force of Negation up instead of a spell. Alright, so here... I'm going to bring in the... We don't have... Oh my god, I hate that this client does that sometimes. Oh, okay, it was easy to find. Murderous Rider. Okay, Fire Magic, I don't hate. It can kind of pseudo wrath the board, but I need so much mana unless it's killing like Baleful Strix effects, which I already said I'm not too worried about. So I think I'm just bringing in the O-Ring. I don't know what I'm cutting yet. Yeah, that Force of Vigor just absolutely wrecked us. Maybe the Legion Extruder. Removal for removal, but that one's a little bit weaker. Let's try this. I could cut the Esper Sentinel as well, but... We will be on the play again. Play first. Okay, I mean, it's not ideal, but a red source, we're off to the races, honestly, so... One thing I do also dislike about Arena, unless I play in full control mode, which in my opinion is not relevant because it's going to put a stop everywhere then, that it does stops for cards like Solitude so that my opponents know I have a card like Solitude. Doing the people that argue that you can play in full control, good luck. There's a reason why no one, air quotes, does that. It's just too annoying. Alright, hopefully we top deck a red source. Honestly, even a blue source is fine. Any land is fine at this point. It would be disappointing. It would be disappointing to lose for this, but I kept the hand, so I have no one to blame but myself. And if I do top deck a red source, then I'm going to be super happy. So we shall see. Spire Bluff Canal is still a good draw, as it's our third land. We do have a basic mountain. Elegant Parlor would be annoying, but I would take it. At least it'll help set up our fourth land. Yep. I apologize for my dogs barking. Okay. Land, red source, never didn't have it. And now if we can protect the jewel mine, we will be drawing 2 cards a turn. And they need a creature to do it. Oh, Ross giving up the Force of Vigor that time for the Chrome Mox. Nice. I will probably pitch the Mystic Confluence. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say if they had a instant or sorcery, a non-creature way to kill the jewel mine. Hopefully I don't have to though. Hopefully we just reveal land. Okay, awesome. Perfect, perfect. I like it. This says leaves the battlefield, so ousting that seems absolutely atrocious. Do I want to just play the lens? I think I'm just going to leave up non-pitch Force of Negation. I don't want to attack. I'm willing to take 2 damage here if they want to attack with the Spirited Simulacrum. And if they want to attack, or if they don't want to attack, I'm okay with staring at each other for now. Okay, that I'm a little more worried about. But hopefully my Elegant Parlor will reveal... Oh no, I can get Thundering Falls. That's way better. I forgot I had that. That was such a late card. That might have been our pick 8 of our last pack, actually, now that I think about it. But hopefully Thundering Falls here reveals a 5th land, and then I feel much better. Oh, I thought I had the Thundering Falls. Okay, well, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm still going to get Elegant Parlor. Leyline Binding. I'm not interested in that. I'd rather hit even a 3rd planes at this point. Alright. Let's hit a 5th land, please. Okay, it's a mountain. It's not double blue, but that's okay. That's at least still Solitude mana. I do kind of wish I just played the Glimmerlands now, but I wouldn't be attacking with it anyway, so it's not the end of the world. No attacks, and I'm just going to flash in Solitude. Maybe kill the Wary Zone Guard and block Leovold. Obviously, I'd feel a lot better if I had a 2nd blue source, and if this came into play untapped, I would have played it, but since it didn't... Okay, that's brutal. And they're getting back an Uro. Okay, that's not the end of the world. They can get back a bunch of lands with it, but I can Fractured Identity that on my turn. Okay, they got the Uro immediately. The good thing, though, is that it's just going to go away, so they don't get Uro now. Because that's a token. It exiled it. So they just valued the 7/7. Now, I have no reason to believe why they wouldn't attack. Okay, they're not going to attack with the Leovold. Interesting. They have so much mana, I don't think I'm worried about it. But I also just really want to use my mana, so let's just do it. They will draw, and then they'll draw again when I Fractured Identity, but... Don't want to oust the Leovold, actually, first. They still draw, but then they're not drawing again when I oust. And I'm okay with them redrawing the Leovold. If they have Spell Pierce, it's going to be brutal, but I can't play around the Spell Pierce if I Fractured anyways. I guess in that case, I'd rather Fractured, because if they do have the Spell Pierce, at least I can get rid of the... I can oust the Sin. Okay, they didn't. Yep, that's going to get back a fetch, and then the Leyline, which I guess gets rid of the Leovold. They're going to draw again. They've drawn so many cards. Now, I'm okay with trading because Sin will get back the Solitude. I assume that they want to draw cards. And if I get to untap here, I'm just going to feel very good. If I need to pitch Mystic Confluence, I will. This is a tricky one. -3, so this can kill the Jewel Mine. And then I kill it. I think it's worth forcing here. That's fine. They're not guaranteed to play another non-creature. And that card can be very annoying. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Ooh, our first 7 dwarves. Nice. Let's fetch. Get the island. And attacking will guarantee the Solitude. So let's do that. And I think I have this game. Okay, and Ross agrees. I let them draw a lot of cards there, but I think that was the best way to go about it. Force a negation there, just like I said in the draft, just being very clutch, being able to let me tap out and then kind of still protect my threat. Wow, this is a second land from being a great hand, especially against Ross. It's mulligan. Do I just pitch the Force of Negation at this point? I mean, Ross's deck is kind of slow, and I have Oust to slow him down even more. I think it's Force of Negation. I haven't seen too many non-creature spells that have just really wrecked me. It's too bad Misty Rainforest doesn't get Elegant Parlor. I think because of that, I'm going to just play Steam Vents tapped. You could argue Hollowed Fountain tapped, so that way I can play Steam Vents tapped next turn. Okay, Ross with the Crumb Mox again. You know, last time, if you were paying attention, I drafted Crumb Mox. Never saw it. Okay. Uro's not the worst, and if they can accelerate out Uro again, I can just oust it. If they do play a land here, okay, I was going to say, if they do play a land here, it's not even the end of the world, because, like, they're just very low on cards now. It's interesting that they chose Uro over Overlord. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, it's just interesting. I guess at this point I'm really tired of... I don't want to draw any more lands for sure, so... Okay. They play another land. Yep. I'm probably... Oh, that's a... Okay, that's a fetch. Then I definitely want to oust. I was going to say, if that was a regular land, I think I'm okay with him potentially having a 4/4. Okay, they don't have 3 mana, so that's not a Tidebinder. That scared me for a minute. Hopefully they discard whatever they're about to draw. Okay, they did. That's good. Well, there's a Meticulous Archive if we want it, but I'm not willing to take 8 here, so let's just oust this now. I also really like the idea of them redrawing it. If they have another land, oh, that's annoying, and they can replay it. I was gonna say, if they have another land, they should hold it, but now they're likely to go Hydra and then maybe play a land to make it a 2/2. I guess that's probably better. Okay, it was not a land. Alright, I'm going to play Marsh Flats now so I can Meticulous Archive, and then I can bounce and counter some stuff the next turn. Hopefully we don't have a land here. This is a close game. Alright, I'm taking 2, it looks like. Ah, smart, Ross, in case I had a flash creature. Very smart. I think I agree with that. I'm fetching now in case their last card is Tidebinder. Elspeth's a good one. We'll leave that on top. Let's put that on top. And hopefully they don't have a 3-drop that just absolutely wrecks us. Hopefully it's like Sin. It's probably something like Sin. Ooh, okay, I do have double blue. That's good. And now I can counter their thing and bounce and draw a card. I'd rather just bounce and draw a card. If their last card's a counterspell, good for them. I could just draw 2 and bounce just the Dark Confidant. I think that's fine. Okay. Let's play the Elspeth, see what happens, and then we'll bolt. I could also just wait on the bolt. Fetch land is the only thing that really punishes us, and if they play the fetch land, then in response to the trigger, I can bolt it then. Okay, not a fetch land. Resolves. Because I doubt that they still attack with the Mossborn unless they have like crop rotation, maybe. Oh, Terra Sunder. That's annoying. Yeah, okay. I was going to plan on using Elspeth to kill the Mossborn next turn, but I guess I'm not now. Glad I drew 2 cards off the other one. Sure. Let's see what they do. Probably just attack with the 1/1. And now I have a real choice, but I think I'm going to value killing the Dark Confidant here. And just hoping that they can't abuse the Mossborn Hydra at this point. Oh, I'm glad I did what I did. No attacks, and I hope they just played a land. No. But that's going to get them a land. That's even going to get them a fetch land. Okay. That's probably good for me. Because it means they're probably going to attack me next turn. And I think at this point, I just really need this Wandering Emperor to kill the Mossborn Hydra. If I draw like Teferi, I'm going to regret that decision, but okay, I did not. And this is probably getting cycled, let's be honest. I don't think I'm cycling now just in case, because like Sin is still a card that they can have. Or they can like Uro into something. Or I guess it's something into Uro. But yeah, I'm just going to keep making 2/2s, so that's good. And hopefully they don't have a counterspell here. That would be absolutely brutal. Ross figuring out what he wants to attack with. Hopefully this resolves. If they are able to kill it after it resolves, that's fine. Just don't counter it. Please don't have Tidebinder. Tidebinder would be very crushing. Okay, it's not. We're still not out of the woods, but at least this isn't going to do a ton of damage to us. Let's just cycle this miscalc. Just one of the reasons why miscalc is so valuable. And since we don't have a Wrath of God to draw to, I'm not really too concerned about Jewel Mine Overseer. It's +1 on the Thopter. That way I can have 5 power to block the Wary Zone Guard if they decide to attack. Alright. Now even if they do get a very strong card, it's... Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, no, Leovold. Okay. Yep. And Oust is already gone. Yes. Wow. I may need to fracture identity that Uro just to draw a card. Just because Uro is going to take over the game. But let's see if we hit removal. Alright. Still have a chance to hit removal. Oh yeah, I don't draw a card because of the Leovold. That's frustrating. I could have played around that, but I don't know if I'd rather fractured into the Leovold or not. I guess fractured into the Leovold turns off the Uro ability, then I can block it. I think I'd rather have a Leovold in play than an Uro that just immediately dies. It just really punishes me for not doing that before. Oh, is this land party time now? I assume that they have a land, and they even have a fetch land. Good job, Ross. And they get the double. Okay. He's going to put on the Baleful Strix and make me chomp with the Ornithopters every turn. I don't know if I like that decision. Nissa. Okay, Nissa is a clock that I don't appreciate. Yep. Yep. I think, okay, so Ross is just, okay. So this, I think, is a 6/6 because of Scythe Cub if he decides to target it. I don't know exactly how this reads. Okay, yeah, so it would become a 6/6. At least it doesn't have trample. I think that's best, and then I can exile either the Baleful or the Wary. I could also just chomp the Uro, then exile the Uro. Yeah, let's do that. Yep. I assume he's gonna save the Baleful because he still gets to kill the Leovold. Okay. Yep. That's fine. I can block the Baleful Strix basically endlessly. Yep. Where's on guard? Get the land. They only get to put one counter on something because it's not the second time. They should definitely not put it on a tapped thing. Good job, Ross. And then fetching only gives it one because it specifically says the second time. Don't put it on the Uro, Ross. Okay. That makes more sense. Batter Skull. Well, I guess I'm playing that. Alright, now they don't have a Leovold. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm one off from playing and equipping to attack with it this turn. Let's exile the Uro while I can. Let's see what I draw. If I don't play this Batter Skull, I do lose it. And I shouldn't play these all out before I attack, but I'm kind of being lazy here. Do I care about this Nissa? Not yet, honestly. And hitting another 7 dwarves would just help out a lot here, so let's just do it like this. I'm okay with taking 6 or maybe, I'm sorry, 4 or maybe even, probably not okay with taking 8 actually. If they play a fetch pre-combat, I probably need to block with the Ornithopter, but if they don't, that's fine. What are they doing? Hopefully this isn't like, okay. Is this like a sin? A sin would be brutal. Is this an upheaval? Okay, if this was an upheaval, then yeah, it's probably GG's. That's the only reason that they're floating all this mana. Wow, Ross with the upheaval in his deck. Fantastic. Can't wait to lose to that. Oh, did Ross not tap his mana correctly to get double blue? Is it not upheaval? Green Sun doesn't make any sense to be the... Oh, Valgavoth. Okay. That might still just kill me because those are going to be massive. And I don't have a sweeper. I wish I did. I would slam it. How many cards left in Ross's deck? Infinite? 4. Okay. I'm just going to take the 3 here so I can equip with the flyer on Ornithopter. Alright. Ross doesn't know I don't have a sweeper, so I'm probably losing here, Jace. Jace doesn't do much. Eagles doesn't do much. I can still equip post Jace, so let's Jace and see if I get something better. Is bouncing something better than brainstorming? Potentially. Yeah, because I can't equip and play a spell. So let's just return one of these 8/8s. I don't know which 8/8's the best one to return, so let's just bounce one. And I think hitting Nissa for 6 is better. I don't even know if that's true. Oh, it's a Pock. Okay, that's annoying. I don't even know if that's true, actually. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunately, if they have a land in hand, Mythweaver Pock is a double trigger for Scythe Cat Cub, I mean. I think Ross has the... Oh, is he doing another X spell? Oh, he's flipping Sin. That's incredible. Okay. Yeah, that's not good for me. Okay, well, This doesn't have trample, thank goodness. Ross has 3 cards. Yeah, blocking with the Thopterist might have killed me there. I probably should have just taken another 6, so I'd be at 9. That was probably a misplay on my part now that I think about it. Yeah, because they weren't fetching with 3 cards. Like, they probably played all their lands out, which is unfortunate. Yep. Yep. Good game, Ross. I'll see you next round. All right, welcome to round 2. I'm playing against Logan Morris, champion of one of the Oklahoma land runs. Also, I really regret not taking that Wrath of God in the draft, but here we are. Hopefully, I don't regret it again. I will be on the play. This is a lot of lands. I don't condone keeping this, but I'm going to be a hypocrite and I'm going to keep it. The last thing I want to do on the blind is mulligan to a hand and not have the resources to cast my things. Let's just enters tapped. I did not mean to fetch that yet, but here we are. Okay, that's that Sin Out card I was talking about earlier. It's another dual land. It's really nice. You get to choose 2 of the colors that's in your hand when you do it. Let's just play the lens. They saw that we had no interaction on double blue, so they're not going to play around a counterspell. Why would they? I'm okay with them killing either half of this Glimmer Lens. It means they're likely not to draw. Of course, they could have like Fatal Push, but interesting. Let's just attack. If they have a flash creature, we can Stern Scolding it more than likely. Okay, they just draw a card here probably. And then hopefully they just tap out next turn so I can tap out for a Teferi. If not, I'll obviously hold up Mystic Confluence. This mana base is kind of what I was talking about with Cryptic Command. If Cryptic Command was one of our cards, we would not be able to cast it right now. I would have to play less white and red sources. Unmarked Grave, that's so scary. Okay, they don't have a reanimate immediately. That's good, I suppose. I'm just going to leave up Mystic Confluence. Yep. The last thing I want to do is like lose to a Necromancy. I'm sure they have like a Mana Leak effect. We did pass those around. I don't remember exactly when Logan was doing his thing. Barrogoyf is fine. At this point, I'm going to draw 2 and bounce the Barrogoyf. I know I could technically have countered it and gotten rid of it forever, but... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I want to see what they do here. Oh, lightning bolt. Interesting. Let's play the land. Let's play the Teferi. Maybe we draw... Yep, okay. They don't have Force of Negation. Hopefully we draw the Force of Negation so we can be protected from a reanimate effect. Yeah, also, Summon Bahamut not legendary. Very interesting. Just realized that. I am going to bolt this 1-1 probably. Okay, yes. I'm not going to attack in case they play a creature like the Bargoyf to um, animate the 4/4. At this point, I just want to trade resources 1-for-1 as much as possible while I have a Teferi in play. Deep Cavern Bat is going to get Stern Scoldinged. They have a Spell Pierce. I guess they would have used it, I think. I think they had a chance to use it before. Yep, okay, there's the Necromancy. That's going to kill the Teferi, unfortunately. And then we are going to kill the Bahamut on the way back down. They should probably attack for 4. Okay, they do not. I don't think I want to be ousting. 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe ousting is okay here so I can get a Jace down. Now, let's just Elspeth and get rid of that. Oh, do they have something now? Okay, that's not the end of the world. Yep. They're going to make a 4/4. I'm not going to attack. Play this tapped. Logan still has the Bargoyf, unfortunately. Stock up. That's brutal. And we don't know if they're going to take the Bahamut or not. So Bahamut could go to the bottom. It probably does at this point. I would imagine that it does. But who knows? This game, Logan probably thinks this game's going to go long enough that it'll be relevant. I know I would, especially with the Bargoyf in hand. Their other 2 cards would have to be like pretty impactful from here. Oh. Well, that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me happy at all. Elspeth is going to have to come down and kill that. Okay, Logan doing the attack this time. No blocks, I'll take 4. Unfortunately, I can't Jace and Elspeth, so let's just Elspeth. And again, playing around a creature so that they can't just attack Elspeth for 4. Yep. At least they have to use their construct, and then I can Jace bounce their construct. Oh, nope. Not doing that. Okay, well here I'll just take the 4 again. And again, I think not having a sweeper in our deck's just going to absolutely wreck us. Bounce this. Say go. At least we have Force of Negation. Yep, and that's a creature, not a enchantment. Nice. Good game. Alright, yeah, we're going to take Dak Faden. That seems great. This game does seem like it would go long enough for something like a Cityscape leveler, so maybe. Leyline Binding, maybe. Blue-black's really hard to deal with. A O-ring effect. Hmm. Don't need a Legion. I don't think... I mean, Glimmerlands is fine. It just didn't work out that particular game. Maybe Lightning Bolt is another cut, and then, like, Stern Scolding is also kind of meh. Why does it show 40 of 60? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's a glitch. Play first. No lands. Mulligan. Got some lands. We'll take it. See Chrome Coast. Sadly, probably getting rid of the Solitude here. I do hope to redraw it, but this into Miscalc seems great. If they have a 2-drop that punishes me here, so be it. Again, Misty Rainforest not being able to get Elegant Parlors, kind of annoying, but oh my god. That is a 2-drop that super punishes me, but they wouldn't have played it immediately anyways. And now they can play into and kill the Esper Sentinel. Yeah, they're probably not going to pay. Because why would you? You can kill the Esper Sentinel. Oh, interesting. Well, still going to counter. They attack with the 1/1 Orc. I don't block. Oh, God. Yep, this is what I thought. Yep, they attack for 3. Yeah, Orcish Bowmaster. I hate when I open up my mouth and I'm immediately punished. Like, I don't think there's another 2. I'm sure there is, but Orcish Bowmasters has to be one of the worst 2-drops Logan could have had. For me. Great for them. Okay. This is just getting annoying at this point. Let's preordain, see what we find. I probably should have fetched first, but I think saving the fetch for that... Oh, does that do anything? Probably not. I can steal the whatchamacallit that doesn't do much. Play the Jewel Mine, play the Scalding Tarn. At least I can get card advantage now without losing more life. And I can always Jace and bounce the 3/3. But Jewel Mine's probably not making it out of this. Yep. If I can draw a Wanderer, I will gladly kill the Orcish Bowmasters with it. Discard a land. Discard Damnation. You don't want to cast Damnation? Why not? No blocks. Take 6, go to 9. They probably kill the Jewel Mine. They haven't triggered Revolt, so Fatal Push doesn't do it yet. Okay, that's just going straight to Impending. Alright. Because I'm bouncing with Jace anyways, I might as well Elegant Parlor. Definitely not Brainstorming, that's for sure. Oh, okay, well, I got a Sorcery Speed this, and we are going to play around a Spell Pierce. Because it's free. Please don't have a way to interact with this. Tidebinder will just absolutely wreck me. Okay, I was going to say Tidebinder is probably worth scooping too. I'm not going to block. What can they have? Let's just do this. Okay. And then now next turn I can... Hopefully they don't have a creature here. Like Borogoyf would be annoying because I take another 6. I mean, actually, they probably kill the Wanderer. Oh. Okay, they can equip... They can crew and then kill my Wanderer. Actually, no, that's just really bad. They just kill the Wanderer anyways because they can Overlord the... Yeah, that's so good. Makes sense why they're playing the Dark Depths now. Yep. Yep. And then they're just going to wait to do the Vampire end of turn. Is that correct? At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter. Okay, yeah, it isn't a creature the last turn is removed. So you can make it a creature at instant speed, unfortunately.
Until next time, then.
I'm going to leave the fetch land, I think. There's not a tap land I can go get with it, to my knowledge. And I'd rather have the shuffle effect in case I don't play whatever is off this Jewel Mine. Vice versa, etc. Let's see what I get. Maybe Batterskull? Oh, okay. Just going to minus now. Remember, they can kill this Dak Faden if they really want to. Not going to attack this time. Didn't do the Overlord. That makes sense. Okay. Because they just don't really need to. I don't know. I think I like doing it. I guess this doesn't have Summoning Sickness, so they can still do it because it's in play. So they can still choose to do that. Which maybe they should have done that last turn then, actually. Maybe they missed that. Okay. This could be to trigger Revolt. I'm sure Logan has a reason, but I'm very confused. Let's fetch first. Crack the clue. Fractured is very nice. Let's get back to Jewel Mine Overseer. Let's play the 7 Dwarves. Glad the Vampire Hexmage is gone. What is this getting back? An Eagles? I mean, I can bounce it if they choose something of mine. Okay. What does that do? Oh, makes it a 2020. Sure. I don't know why I missed that. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I have a Jace. Control magic. That's funny. I probably should have attacked with the Overlord first, but I just don't think Logan blocks. Like, they're at 16, so there's no reason to be too cute. Oh, sorry, I have to hit resolve. Logan doing it now plays around a Tide Hollow, or not Tide Hollow Scholar, sorry, Tide, whatever the Merfolk 3-drop is. And if Logan has a Fatal Push, then good game. Actually, Logan probably has the Fatal Push, because why else? Yeah, Logan has a Fatal Push, or some type of removal, because why else would you do this now, knowing I have a Teferi? Sure. I do get to block. I'm going to decline. Oh, Baraglyph. Okay. Bounce this. I probably should have bounced. I should have bounced the Deep Cavern Bat and then, yeah. Oh well. Let's tuck here. Let's play a 7 Dwarves. It's going to be a lot of damage. Let's play a 7 Dwarves. Still have plenty of cards in my deck. Yep, going to game 3. I definitely misplayed there. I think it's better. I guess it's safer to just get rid of the Merit Lage. But I do think I should have just taken the 2020, and then I don't care about the Baragoyf. Yeah, I think I like the way I sideboarded it. Logan definitely made some interesting plays there. I don't know if you're supposed to go for the 2020 if you can't deal with the copter. All right, game 3. I mean, Logan will be on the play. Hopefully we can curve out. That counts as curving out. Oh, that's brutal. They didn't see Batterskull, so they may not take the Stoneforge. But me saying nice probably makes them want to take the Stoneforge. Okay, yeah, they didn't see Batterskull, so let's take it. They could have another discard spell, obviously. I was gonna say if I get to untap, I am very likely to want to just hold up and then flash in Glimmerlens. And if they have a kill spell after I flash in Glimmerlens, whatever. Okay, Logan did nothing with his third turn. That's good for me. That's annoying. At least it's just a 1/1. Definitely don't want that. I just don't value the gaining life part very highly at the moment. I value the drawing cards part a lot more. Up attack for 1 because they know I have a Batterskull. Let's play this Batterskull, draw a card. Yeah, in Logan's defense, he did not see the Batterskull. They probably saw the Cauldron Complete. Maybe even they hated the Cauldron Complete. Um, I do think that that took a factor. They probably saw the Cauldron Complete and knew that I didn't have it. It's definitely one of the reasons why you don't show your opponent extra cards if you don't have to, because if they knew I had Batterskull, I think they would have taken the Stoneforge Mystic here. And at this point, I am just going to attack all out. Draw another card. I have Mystic Confluence up. The game's kind of over, in my opinion. Especially with that. Let's see what they have. Fatal Push kills the germ. Bitter Triumph. That is fine. Remember, I can pick up and replay this Stoneforge Mystic. Of course, or the Batterskull, I mean. Of course, if I do that, I activate Stoneforge Mystic first. Ooh, okay. Bounce, draw, draw. If they have a 4-drop here, they can flash in or punish me, then cool. This is probably aggressive. I'm probably just supposed to kill the 1/1. Or just Solitude here. Okay. Wait, what does that do? Oh, they're just flashing it in. Okay. So as I was saying, I can activate Stoneforge, hold priority, then pick up Batterskull in case they have a removal spell in response. Okay, the last card, stock up, very good. With that said, it did use up 3 of their mana so far, so it's kind of neutral for us, but moving forward, it's definitely great for Logan. Okay, Sir Ginger is fine. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I feel pretty confident. Yep. Hmm. And I definitely think I want to get Esper Sentinel down so that I can equip it with Batterskull next turn. I do want to draw again. You can't make a thing right now, right? Let's just kill this now. You need a pretty good top deck here. Okay, that's fine. At this point, I'm just equipping. And next turn, I have enough to hold up the memory lapse. Yep, I take 4. You don't have the mana to stop me from gaining life in totality, so let's do it like this. Oh, I guess they don't have the mana to stop me from gaining life this turn regardless. Okay, but in the future turns they could. And I am going to shock, especially since I'm getting 8 life this turn. Okay, interesting. Um, they can double block. That's probably fine. Yep, block the 5/5, make a thing. Yep, okay. Resolve. And then now I can play Jace, bounce, and then steal their retro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah.
Looks like he could use a helping hand. Security and bats.
They will play the bat first, which is unfortunate because they can get the force of negation out. But I think this is my turn to slam the game. Okay. Interesting. I think if I untap here, I think I win. Especially if I get to control magic of Borogoyf. I can't imagine them not playing the bat, but I can see why they would play the Borogoyf. But they didn't play the bat first. They also didn't just hard cast the Overlord, so... Okay, yep. That makes sense. Trample Hexproof Hafe. Okay, yeah. I will block the... Okay, I was going to say, if they attack with the Surgenger, I am blocking. That is fine.
When the going gets tough, I get going.
Let's start off with a Preordain. 12 cards left in deck. Emporium's actually kind of nice. Let's see how they want to block, if at all. I feel like Ginger should trade for Esper. Yeah. Okay. Logan disagrees. Next turn, I have Eagles of the North to give my creatures, to make my creatures bigger. Logan probably has something else because they know I have the Memory Lapse and the Force of Negation, but if they have a second creature to play, they have a second creature to play. Okay, that goes back on top. I take one. What does Logan have? I will pitch Teferi, depending on what it is, obviously, because I'm probably going to want to play Eagles anyways. And luckily I have enough to play Eagles and leave up Force, which is nice. Oh, Oust. I think this is lethal. They block here, they block here. Yeah, they can't gain life, to my knowledge. That's annoying. Yep, that was going to die anyways, so I don't feel too bad. Luckily, all my things have first strike, so nothing's trading. And I am going to be gaining a ton of life again. Yep, yep. Annoying, but here we are. Yep, good game, Logan. Good game. All right, I'll see you next round. All right, round 3 against Josh. Josh is new to my cube server, but they've played so far ever since they've been here. First time I get to play against Josh, and this is a reasonable hand. We do have a third land in the form of Eagles, and turn 2 Glimmerlands is not the worst. I don't know if I'm supposed to turn to the Glimmerlands or the Emporium, but either way, I'm definitely keeping, and this is going to fetch out a Elegant Parlor. Hopefully I can hit a Stoneforge Mystic soon. Okay, Josh leading with Plains. I cannot wait to get blown out by Mana Tithe. I think I would rather... Ooh. Yeah, I'm keeping that. I think I would rather get Glimmerland's Mana Tithe than the card that makes a bunch of 2/2s. Okay, I did not have Mana Tithe yet, at least. Dang, I can't get... This doesn't get blue because I already naturally had the Hollowed Fountain. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Let's attack first after playing the land. And let's play Thopterist. If they... Okay, they did... Oh, the blue-white. Okay, that means they probably they probably took the Wrath of God and or the Sunfell. Which means I don't want to play any more creatures at this point. Okay, get lost. Yep, that makes total sense. I wish they played it on their turn, but they didn't. Yep. This is going to fetch... Get a Plains probably. I think that's all I can get left. And then I'm just going to cycle Eagles so I can guarantee my 4th land. Don't think I have any more fetch. Yep, didn't think so. Because both of those are my other colors. Let's just go to Plains. Okay. I should not have played my Plains. Because if this hits Island, then I'm gonna feel really bad. I mean, I still want to hit an island, but if it hits an island, I'm gonna feel really bad. Or I guess at that point I wouldn't have it. Okay, but I would have rather have played the Sea Chrome, so it definitely punished me. Cathar Commando. Okay, yep, and that can kill the Glimmerlands. Yep. I think I'm okay with that trade at this point since I don't have any other creatures. Go again. For the record, depending on... again, I don't know what Josh has, but probably a better play to have played the Cathar then block. Oh, that's annoying, but that's fine. Anyways, and then block. That way they don't take any damage. They took an extra 3 damage they didn't have to take at that point. Yep. My turn. Well, there's a Stoneforge that doesn't get anything. I think I like just playing Solitude. And I want to do it before they block in case they're okay with double blocking. Actually, if they... Maybe they are okay with double blocking. That would be really nice. Let's play for that. If they just block with the Enduring Innocence, it's annoying. Okay, they didn't. But I definitely don't want them having Enduring Innocence moving forward, so let's just do this. And if they play something that's really annoying, we have Fractured Identity. If I don't have Fractured Identity, I'm probably holding Solitude. Okay. It is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. If they take Batterskull here, which is probably what they should take, it means I can't Stoneforge Mystic it in. If they take Stoneforge Mystic, which I definitely don't think they should take, okay. Teferi is fine. I'm probably not playing Teferi next turn, almost regardless, because they already have the 3-1 and I can't block it. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's see what they do. They probably block. I want to try to give first strike. No, I'm okay with them trading with that one. Now I can play Stoneforge Mystic and hold up Force of Negation. This will confirm to Josh that we do not have a whatchamacallit equipment. Ah. I still think you're supposed to kill the Solitude, but I mean, that's nice. Now they can take the Fractured Identity or the Wandering Emperor here. Of course, they can still do the play I talked about before with the Batterskull. Okay. Yeah, giving my thing first strike is annoying, but also just letting me have a Batterskull is also kind of meh. Nope. They're attacking while they can. I will probably offer a trade. Ooh, yes, that's a decent one. I will probably block with Stoneforge on the Sam first next time, and then flash in. And again, I just want to. I mean, they're at 8. Let's get them less creatures in play, etc. They should probably draw a card first just to get full information if they're going to be drawing a card anyways, but I'm not going to complain. Let's end. Yep. Because again, I do think Josh has the Sunfelt or the Wrath. They're probably main decking at least one of them. So like I don't want to play super wide anyways. If I kept that Thopterist in play, I'd probably only play 1, maybe 2 Thopters at most, and then just start sandbagging the rest. Yes, they would be 0-2s if the Thopter died, but they're still creatures afterwards. Better than 0-0s. Okay, they should not attack with the Samwise. Okay. Let's go to blocks. I guess I can just block with this now, actually. That way I can keep my Stoneforge around in case I need to replay the Batterskull. Yep. I'm going to draw a card in response in case I can interact with this, although I don't think I can. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, the only... I guess it would have had to have been Memory Lapse specifically. At least I get to crack back for 4. That's nice. And I get to Fractured Identity there 4-3. It's equally nice, if I want to, that is. I probably don't need to, though. Actually, I probably do need to. I just lied to myself. No, because I have 6 now for the... I have 6 now for the Wandering Emperor. Had I remembered Steam Vents, I would have waited, probably, but... Let's do this. Yep, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to tap out for Wandering Emperor. They just have so many cards in hand, and we did see like mana leaks and stuff go around in the draft. We haven't seen either Ross or Logan play them yet. And I'd rather just get back into play Batterskull. Oh, they're gonna Flicker Wisp the 4/3. That's annoying. Sure. Oh, they're gonna Flicker Wisp that. I feel like the 4/3 is better, but okay. I guess they get another 1/1 flyer. That's the kind of their play. It's full control, activate, pay, pick up, pay. Because I don't care if they Winds of Abandon this now. So again, the reason why we do that is in case they have a removal spell. In response to me picking up Batterskull, I just get blown out. No, I don't. That's fine. Let's just get another island. I don't have a lot of red. I don't have any red currently, so not relevant. I don't have any double red to my knowledge. Okay. So here, I am going to Fractured Identity this because I can force them negation back if they have something. Can't force a negation that. Sure. Yep. And that's going to make these even cost even more. That's brutal. So Josh did have something. Okay, just takes the 4. That's probably smart. Josh definitely seems to be more of a creature deck though, so let's just let them draw less cards by putting Spirit on top. But then they gain life. They draw one less card. It's probably worth it. Yep. At least I get the Fractured for 2 next turn. Yep. Yep. Drawing 3 cards. Probably wrathing the board. Luckily, Cathar Commando's already gone. Ooh, a Johnny. That's a nice one. Luckily, they don't have red permanents, at least not that I've seen. Okay, Mother of Runes is annoying because I don't have a Wrath. Yep, miscalc, right on time. Let's see how they want to block, but they probably just kill the cat. Yep. Resolves. I feel like I just have to fracture this mother, which seems horrible, but I feel like that's what I have to do. It seems so bad to do this. Hopefully, whatever they're doing, they tap out for. Oh, Pat the Exiling it? Sure. Not gonna fight that. I will just wait till end of turn to cycle. I'd hate for them to play some type of fatty here. Yep. And they're just going to keep making tokens off this interaction. This is kind of like a make your own skull clamp. Yep. Man, not having a wrath is just real bad for us. Wow. And because they impendinged it, I can't miscalc it. That is brutal. Good job, Josh. They're probably keeping up another spell. I don't know if they're doing that to not keep up another spell, but here we are. I cannot block. Resolves, resolves, resolves. Okay. Let's see if I could like hit memory lapse or something. I don't know. No, I could not. Return. This is very bad for me. Memory lapse was the next card. Am I just dead to this? Especially if they have two spells. Kill one thing, I gain two, and then I take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so I die. Yep. Concede. Good game, Josh. Alright, game 2. Definitely want this O-ring. I can't believe that's what I want every time. They did have some artifacts I'm willing to steal. They also had some things I'd like to kill, so... Esper Sentinel is doing almost nothing against them. Force of Negation did almost nothing against them. Alright, let's try this. Alright, Edward, just don't give up sweepers anymore if you have them. Oh! Fire would have been so good. Fire magic, I'm bad. Everyone yell at me. Fire magic would have been so... Even as a 1-drop against Josh, fire magic would have been so good. If you watched one of my previous videos, might have been the previous video, I got to 3 for 1 my opponent with a 1 mana fire magic. Oh well. Hopefully I'll win this game and I'll get to put fire magic in. I cannot believe I forgot that one. Yeah, this seems like a slam dunk. Let's keep. This is gonna go get elegant par. Oh, yep, because I already have the Hallowed Fountain. Same thing happened. I guess last time it was a Scalding Tarn. But yeah, let's just get an elegant parlor with this. Okay. It's kind of brutal, but here we are. Lightning Bolt. Never didn't have it. Enters tapped. Bolt this. Next turn we'll play Stoneforge Mystic. Playing Stoneforge Mystic, yes, can block that, but if they have removal, it just kind of screws me. This time, you know what? We didn't see a whole lot from them. Let's just play the Stoneforge Mystic. Reprieve, that's fine. Get the plains. Hopefully I get another blue source soon, but now we can go plains into Stoneforge. Get the Batter Skull. Or the Glimmer. I think I value the Batter Skull higher. Also, it doesn't immediately show that we have something. It's probably obvious, but maybe it's not. Josh is choosing not to tap out here, and that's fine. Let's play the Jewel. They probably have Avon. And okay, I was going to say I can counter an Avon now. I can't counter an Avon next turn, so I wanted to get this in now. No attacks. If Josh just plays fifth land, says go, I'm not putting into play Batterskull. It's just not a thing I'm doing. Five mana. They didn't do anything last turn. Oh, they're saying go. Yeah, I'll. Yep. Not playing the seven dwarves because I'm pretty sure they have sweepers in their deck. I can't imagine a blue-white deck without sweepers. Oh, wait. Don't judge me. Counter. Yep. And they probably have another spell. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we get Island at least. Okay, now we can play into a sweeper because they played Cosmogran and chose to make a bunch of 1/1s. I mean, I guess you would do that over counters anyways, but my point being is that it hurts them as well if they Wrath. It's not just one-sided. See what they do with this. They have two spells next turn. It's going to be ouchies, but it is what it is. I am going to shock this because I'm at 23-1, but 2 so I can go Stern Scolding and still hold up Stoneforge Mystic Batterskull if they have a way to kill the Batterskull or kill the Germ. Okay, they apparently don't. My turn. Okay, we're going to play another 7 Dwarves. Nice. We will attack. If they block, I can Legion Extruder to finish it off. Not blocking with the other 1/1s is questionable. And at this point, if I draw another 7 Dwarves, I'm probably leaving it back because they have a bunch of things. Them not blocking there with the 1/1 kind of tells me they might have a sweeper. Okay, good game. I get a game 3, and I'm 100% bringing in Fire Magic. Alright, Fire Magic. Get in the deck, please. Okay, I need to cut something else then. Is it just Jace? I'm going to cut the memory lapse. It's at its best if I'm ahead and Josh is more aggressive than me. Okay, 3 lands and a Thraben. Mother of Runes. Okay, well, this is going to get us, whatchamacallit, Steam Vents. No Thraben Inspector for me. And at this point, of course, Fire Magic is now, but at this point, I'm just going to go cycle for Elegant. I could have gotten Hollowed Fountain. I need land. I don't like giving that up, but I need land. That should be firing Josh. That, yeah. Josh should know that I want lands. Now, if I had another blue source, I might have kept this. Like if this was Hollowed Fountain. Alright, Josh, I see you. I wouldn't mind a Dak Fade in here, even though it'll die immediately. Oh, they used it immediately, so probably not now. Ooh. That was great. I do wish I kept the other one now, but it is what it is. Let's play Thraben. Let's see what they do with their turn, but I'm very likely to just want to Fire Magic. I'm not gonna Fire Magic because depending on what they do, I could just block their 3-1, but Ponder's fine. Notably, they can still have Aven, but if they flash in Aven for the Fire Magic, I can just untap and Sorcery Speed the Fire Magic. Sure, and then this way I can still draw a card. I just didn't want them to play like another blue source and then the 4/3 that draws them cards would have been pretty terrible for me. I am sensing an Aven here. I'm going to say go. Because I would like to like Fire Magic end of turn into Jace on an empty board is my ideal plan here. And I can do this for 2 damage to everything. I'm okay with this too. Ooh, nice. Okay. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to Jewel Mine and just pray that they flash in Cathar end of turn. No, I gave him a reason not to. Okay, I'll just take the 2 then, or take the 3 then maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm getting too cute, but yeah, I probably should have just passed. I can't imagine Josh not doing the 3-1 there. I want to take the 3. If Josh has the Aven, he's gonna hit the Jewel. Okay. I could have chose to like get rid of a card. Resolves. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, it worked. I took a little bit more damage than I'd care to. Are they gonna play? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, are they gonna play something else? That would be brutal. Okay, that's gonna probably hit the oust. That way, it just makes me tap out. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't take the oust. That's probably wrong. Okay, Jace, I don't hate that idea. Alright, Josh, just tap out so I don't have to guess what you have, please. Obviously, them seeing the miscalc is also unfortunate for me. Okay, let's hit a land. Did not hit a land. Did not hit a land. Okay. Well, that fractured identity is gone then. Let's DAC. We can uptick DAC and then oust potentially.
I hate to fight. I'm not talented and
Brutal. I do want to preserve my life total as much as possible, even though this elite spellbinder is going to be annoying for me. If they have another flasher, good for them. Okay. Fractured identity is gone forever. Something of note, if I hit a land, okay, let's say if I hit a land, I could steal this and then play Elspeth. Okay, that was good. I don't think I want to play Elspeth just yet, though. Let's draw and see what Seven Dwarves gets me. Leyline. Let's see what they do with their turn. Or with their combat, whatever. Nothing. Let's steal this. If they play another equipment we care about, I don't mind killing Dak.
so sorry.
Thelia is annoying. And they could blank the staff. That's funny. So they could have already played the Aven on my turn, so I'd rather than play it on their turn so they can't attack with it, is my logic here. Because they had 3 mana up. Yep, that's the Elite Spellbinder. I'm going to kill it with Legion Extruder no matter what. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I can't say no matter what, but I meant if they choose it, I'm still going to get rid of it. Alright, let's see if Legion Extruder resolves. Don't want to take any more damage than I have to. Glimmerlands will trigger the Staff of the Storyteller. That is nice. And when I put into play Batter Skull, so it will again. And at this point, I just really want to get Josh dead. So if he has a flasher, like another Cathar Commando effect that can do the thing, then good job. And sadly, I don't think I'm going to activate Dak Faden. I don't want to just mill 2 cards. That hits enchantments. I forgot. Nice. Yeah, I forgot this hits enchantments. I will double block, or I will block with the 2/2 on the Glimmer Lens, unless they blink the Glimmer Lens, but then they're not blinking the staff, so I'm okay with that. Ah, nice. Okay. Glad they were 1 mana short from wiping my board. Maybe that's the sweeper that they have. Maybe they don't have Wrath or Sunfell. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Great job. And that kills the Dak too. Nice. Great job. And because they owned it, they still get the counter. Ooh, okay, I can bounce some stuff. That's nice. Did I just play this to bounce a bunch of stuff? I think I'd rather just play to the board, actually. There we go. I think that was enough of a tempo swing. Now Josh needs like Wrath of God or Sunfall, which they did not get. They blink that. That lets them draw another card. That doesn't keep them alive, though. So they need Defelia, then that does keep them alive. But I counter Felia. Oh, no, yeah, the 1/1 token. I missed that. Okay. So if I Jace bounce, they have to play Felia, and then I counter it, and then they die. Good games, Josh. Great games, buddy. All right. Well, we did salvage after losing to Ross round one. We finished 2-1. Let's see if we get a bonus game or not. All right. We ended up 2-1. After the first round, I was not sure how we were going to go. I thought we were just going to get steamrolled, especially losing game one to Logan. But you know what? We bounced back. We lost one more game after that, but not a match, thankfully. So, yeah, I think everything kind of ended up well. There were some times I didn't have double blue, which was unfortunate, of course. Maybe one of these planes should have been another island, but as you can see, most of my cards are white. I have 3 white 1-drops. I don't necessarily want the turn 1 oust. I don't necessarily want the turn 1 preordained, so it's really 2 and 1. Um, so I don't know if that's supposed to be another planes or not. Maybe with the Eagles, it is supposed to be another island. But either way, it didn't punish us too much. I do like that I had 3 fetches and then 3 quote unquote dual lands to fetch off of them. That was great. I thought I had a Thundering Falls in here. I guess I passed it. I know I passed the Mystic, uh, whatever the blue white Surveil land is. Also, Jewel Mine Overseer was great. I know it was kind of awkward against Josh where I didn't play it for several turns, but I just did. If I didn't say it then, I'm sure I did, but just to repeat myself, I did not want to get this, Wrath of Godded and then just, be out. I know I had a bunch of cards, but I felt like it was fine for me to continue holding it. But it would have been great if I didn't. So, cause since they never played the Wrath. But yeah, this card is just an absolute house. I know a lot of people love Oracle of the Alpha in the Arena Cube, but I think this is pack one, pick oneable too, honestly. It's comparable to Oracle of the Alpha. Of course, Oracle of the Alpha, you can do way more broken things if you build your deck correctly. But the floor for Jewel Mine Overseer, I think, is better than Oracle of the Alpha. And I don't know. I think this card's undervalued in my personal group. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong. It did wheel, but I mean, I slammed it, and I think it did well. The Jace didn't do great for us. It came up a few times for sure, but I don't know if there's a reason why I was hesitant drafting it, and I believe I took it on the wheel. Control Magic, we did have an opportunity to steal a Merit Lage, but I didn't do the line. I chose a different line. Emperor was kind of okay. Elspeth, we never really got to shine with. They just died on sight. Solitude's a solid card. Fractured Identity is a solid card. We did get to do the Thopterist thing too. That was really nice. We did get to steal Logan's using Dak Faden, their oh man, the thing that makes 1/1s, 1/1 flyers, and servos, thopters, and gold constructs, 4/4 constructs. And what's really cool with this, and we did have a chance to do it, was we could play ornithopters and then just sack them for 4/4s. Logan was able to deal with the Emporium that game, I believe, but we could have made one thopter or one 4/4. I don't remember the exact situation, but I know we got to do the thing if Logan didn't scoop there. And then our pack one, pick one, miscalc, and memory lapse being a time walk, I think at least once, if not twice, were also really good. The miscalc did get to shine a little bit, but not great. Anyways, if you're still watching, I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate everyone that we cubed with. Cubing with another 8 players was absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, we continue to grow. If you're interested in cubing with us, let me know. You do need your own cards on Arena, unfortunately. But I don't mind trying to help out with that if possible. Just let me know and reach out. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching.